The following has been paid for by the Penn's World Order. Me bor schmididor bork skidoo. Pens lose in overtime to the Nashville Predators in Sweden. Yay! It's not once, it's not twice, it's thrice. Once is a coincidence, twice is a lifestyle, 3 times is an addict. This is the Let's Go Pens fan react. And they did it again. Just couldn't help themselves. So the Pens were back at it after having about 4 days off as they took on the Nashville Predators out there in Sweden. Now, this game took place at 2 o'clock my time. It's a 6-hour difference out there. And this was a game that was, I'm not going to lie to all of you, listening to the radio call was a tough listen. Because I don't know if it's the acoustics or the people that were cheering that were there, but it made it hard to follow the action because I keep hearing people get excited and stuff for anything, and I'm like, okay, do these people care if the Pens do anything, or do these people care if the Preds do anything? Doesn't seem to matter. But this was a slog to get through, and yeah, both teams had 4 days off, maybe more. I don't know when the Preds played before this. And the shots were 8-8 after 1. But man, did these two teams it sounded like nothing really got going. So as we headed into the second with them, like, I was wondering, like, when the Pens were actually going to do something. And it turns out, the second period, they got boat raced by Nashville. Outshot 12-2 in that period. But it didn't sound like it because the action sounded fast-paced, up and down, back and forth, with the Pens getting 2 shots on goal, maybe some scoring chances, but one of those shots actually goes in as Gino bounces one off of Josi Saros' back and into the net, just like they drew it up in practice. Malkin gets his 4th. You'll take it. And they actually played Pittsburgh's goal horn. They're in Sweden. Sure. But they had a sound like a Preds PA announcer that was out there because when the goal was announced, he could not give a toss. But Matt Dumba gets a second assist of the season because sure. And we go into the third, with the Pens being outshot 20-10, but one of those shots went in. And I've seen these games plenty of times with my own Hershey Bears. We've seen them with Pittsburgh, where a team gets outshot and boat raced. But one of the shots for the team with the less shots went in. Because sometimes, in this crazy game called hockey, you'd much rather be lucky than good sometimes. Sorry, dealing with a new light in here, just trying to get used to it. Yeah, you'd rather be lucky than good. And listening to this game, again, it's a slog to get through. The Pens decided, we're just going to sit on this lead. And such an act, if they would have pulled this off, is definitely one of those gritty, maybe not deserve to win type games, but you'll take them. It's 2 points. It ends a streak. And maybe it shows this Pens team, hey, maybe we can do all this. Maybe we can actually win these games close and make do with what we've got and make things work. And they're holding on to the lead late into the game. Less than 5 minutes to go. Thank you, Pens Radio, for mentioning the last 5 minutes of the period is the Big Mac attack. Pens score in the last 5 minutes of any period, you get a Big Mac. It's not as bad as McNuggy minutes that frickin' Capitals fans are obsessed with. But sure. Let's just put this little baby to bed. 70 seconds left to go. Off a timeout by the Preds. And face-off. It's Forsberg versus Crosby. And watching the video, it seemed like Crosby wins this, but Forsberg, yoink, just takes the puck, slides right in front of Sheloff's backhander, and it's in the net. Just walks right in front of Sheloff's and puts it in. Now, watching the replay, Crosby gets tied up. Fine. Shea is standing to the left of Sheloff's. And for some odd reason, goes left for thinking that Forsberg, I don't know, is he going to cut to the inside? Is he going to dump the puck down low? Because there's no way Philippe Forsberg isn't going to go right in front of the frickin' goaltender. Yes, I can understand. 50-50. You either choose one way or the other. It's like Dragon's Lair. One's the right decision, one's the wrong decision that's going to end up you getting put into a pit. Guess which one Ryan Shea chose? Well, it's not completely him. Make him work for the darn goal. Am I yelling? 70 seconds left. We're going to overtime. And in the extra frame, this was a bit of a weird watch on television because the cam side was actually opposite, was the same side as the benches. So when a player skated off, and yes, OT's a long change, like they came in toward as opposed to watching players go this way, at least on television. But Pens try to get a chance one way, puck goes back the other way, with Crosby changing for some weird reason. Malkin's out there. Who else is out there? Doesn't matter. Brady Secchi flings it up to Steven Stamkos, who just walks into the circle and scores. Good night. We're done. Good night. 2-1. 2 goals scored in the span of 5 minutes. Nice job. Real great job. And sure, the glass half-empty people can look at this and go, oh man, we lost another, we had them. Glass half full says, oh, well, we at least nicked a point. But then there's a third glass full of gold liquid in it that says this is our 3rd blown lead in a row. And if you want to get technical about this, you blew it against the Caps. You blew a 3-goal lead against the Caps, and you blew a 3-goal lead at Toronto, which may have saved Greg Parube's job. Oh, but relax, man. We did great in October. We were nearing the top of the league by then. That was 2 weeks ago. Yes, we still had 22 points. We still have 22 points, plus 8 in the goal differential. But this can't happen 3 games in a row. New Jersey? That's New Jersey. They're better. Fine. LA, you had. Yes, it's a back-to-back, but you had them. And you blew it in the 3rd period with them on Miroshov's home debut. Now you're probably going to throw Miroshov out there Sunday morning, our time, and see how he does against a Preds team. A Preds team who isn't that good. Who is slumping. Who's probably going to be sellers at the deadline again. And you can't hang with them. Oh, but we're injured. Nobody cares. None. Figure it out. And I'll lead. Excuse, bless me, thank me, I'm welcome. I will leave with this. Where is it? I will leave with this in the words of Alec Baldwin. A, B, C. A always, B, B, C closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. If you can't close, then hit the bricks, go to Wilkes-Barre, hang out in a bar after the game going, oh yeah, man, I used to be a defenseman. It's a tough racket. You close, you protect the puck, you protect the crease, which is painted blue, and you keep them off the board. You got it? I wish this team good luck, but I doubt what they know what to do with it. Let's go, Pens. Catch you next time.